Summer Holiday is a British CinemaScope and Technicolor musical film featuring singer Cliff Richard. The film was directed by Peter Yates, produced by Kenneth Harper. The original screenplay was written by Peter Myers and Ronald Cass. The cast includes Laurie Peters, Melvin Hayes, Teddy Green, Jeremy Bulloch, Una Stubbs, Pamela Hart, Jacqueline Darrell, Lionel Merton, Matt Ryan, David Kossoff, Nicholas Phipps, Ron Moody and The Shadows. Herbert Ross choreographed the musical numbers. The film had its world premiere at the Warner Theatre in London's West End on 10 January 1963. Plot. The story concerns Don and his friends who are bus mechanics at the huge London transport bus overhaul works in Aldenham, Hertfordshire. During a miserably wet British summer lunch break, Don arrives, having persuaded London Transport to lend him and his friends an AEC Regent 3 RT double-decker bus. This they convert into a holiday caravan, which they drive across continental Europe, intending to reach the south of France. However, their eventual destination is Athens, Greece. On the way, they are joined by a trio of young women and a runaway singer, who initially pretends to be male, pursued by her mother and agent. The movie was a box office hit, thus repeating the success of Cliff Richard's earlier film The Young Ones. Cast: Cliff Richard as Don, Laurie Peters as Barbara, Melvin Hayes as Cyril, Una Stubbs as Sandy, Teddy Green as Steve, Pamela Hart as Angie, Jeremy Bulloch as Edwin, Jacqueline Darrell as Mimsia, Matt Ryan as Stella, Lionel Merton as Jerry, Christine Lawson as Annie, Ron Moody as Orlando, David Kossoff as Magistrate, Wendy Barry as Shepherdess, Nicholas Phipps as Wrightmoor, The Shadows as themselves. Soundtrack. There are 16 song and musical numbers in the film. 7 Days to a Holiday, Let Us Take You for a Ride, Stranger in Town, Swinging Affair, Really Waltzing, Yugoslavian Wedding, All at Once, Summer Holiday, Bachelor Boy, Dancing Shoes, Foot Tapper, Big News, The Next Time, Les Girls, Round and Round, and Orlando's Mime. The film's producers felt that female lead in the film, Laurie Peters, was not a strong enough singer after several test recording sessions, and all of her parts, both in the film and on the soundtrack album, were dubbed by session vocalist Grazina Frame. Frame had overdubbed female singing voices in Cliff Richard's earlier film The Young Ones. Cliff Richard, Melvin Hayes and The Shadows were recalled to Elstree some weeks after completion of shooting to record Bachelor Boy. This was because the distributors felt the film was too short. Release. Box office. The film was the second most popular movie at the British box office in 1963. However, it flopped in the US, where it was released 2 days after the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Cultural impact. The majority of the numbers integrated dance with song, not merely serving as scenes to promote a number of hit parade songs. Ross, an American choreographer, later became a film director in his own right. Many singles lifted from the film, including title track Summer Holiday, as well as The Next Time, Bachelor Boy, and Foot Tapper, all reached number 1 in the British charts during the first 3 months of 1963. The film suggested to the photographer Daniel Meadows a way in which he might emulate Benjamin Stone and travel around and photograph Britain from 1973 to 1974. It was voted the 99th greatest family film in a Channel 4 poll. Stage adaptations. Summer Holiday was adapted into a stage musical in the mid-1990s starring Darren Day in the role that Cliff Richard played. It premiered for a summer season at the Opera House in Blackpool in 1996, and then later toured nationally, before returning to Blackpool in 1998. The cast for these included Claire Buckfield, Isla Fisher, Hilary O'Neill, Peter Baldwin and Renee Zellweger. It was also recorded and released on video, entitled Summer Holiday: The Hits, which was all the musical numbers strung together by clips of Darren Day writing postcards to his friends, and describing what was happening in the story as he wrote. The stage musical differs in a number of respects from the film version. For example, the route to Athens is via Italy in the stage version rather than the original film route via Yugoslavia. The songs also differ, and include a number of songs from Cliff Richard's other early back catalogue, such as The Young Ones. The stage musical was revived in 2003, starring Stephen Booth but later starring Darren Day again. This production also included Day's future partner Suzanne Shaw as Bobby and, as Shaw's mother, Amy MacDonald. The production toured the UK,